Hi everyone, thank you so much for joining me on this episode of Family Dynamics. I hope your family is thriving. That is God's desire for you. And remember what I said, at the last episode, if there is anything contrary to the will of God, currently manifesting, currently showing its ugly head in your family, guys, fight it. It is God's will, it is God's desire for you to have a happy home, for you to have a happy family, and for you to have a home that is thriving and growing and excellent. Okay, so this is the second episode, and today we're going to be talking about something really important to the foundation, the fabrics of the family system, right? Something so important that if you don't get right before you begin a family, or if you don't sit down to redefine it after you might have started a family, it can be a major source of conflict. It can be a major source of tension in our homes. So let's dive in, guys. Alright, so today we are going to be talking about family values. What are values and what are your values? What are your partner's values? And do you have a value guide for your own? So before you even begin a family, if you're not married, you're so fortunate. You're not married and you're watching this is just right for you. Before you say I do, you need to be able to clarify those things that are truly important to you, those things that are like your own moral compass, those things that are like your own set of beliefs, your own true north must be clearly defined and well articulated to this other person that you intend starting your family with. Sometimes I get to interact with single people and you ask them questions as regards their faith, as regards their finances, as regards their moral beliefs and the things that they see as truly important. And they are very quick to let you know those things. And by the time I ask, okay, so do you think this other person that you're about starting your family with shares the same opinion? Or even during counseling, we get to say that during counseling, right? Does this person share the same opinion? And by the time the person opens his mouth or opens her mouth, the person is saying something different entirely. Amos 3:3 says, can two walk together except they be agreed? One major point of agreement for you, if you're going to enjoy peace in that family, in that home that you are about starting, is to always come to a place of agreement. And one area of agreement is one major area of agreement is your value alignment. So let's take values, let's take examples, right? Let's bring it down home. I believe maybe, for instance, service to God is one big thing on my table, right? Like Joshua said, as for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. That is a big value. You might want to call it a religious value, you might want to call it a spiritual value, but that is a big value, right? To me, for instance. And then you have this other person who doesn't believe that service to God is really that important. Maybe possibly just believes that we all just appeared here as apes, or maybe we are all just here, there's really nothing like God or like heaven. And then you marry, you start a family, and you're trying to go to church, you're trying to do this. The person is wondering, can you please slow down on this your fanaticism, or can you slow down on this your religion? You've started out on a wrong note. Your values as regards religion, your values as regards spirituality is not well shared and doesn't align Let's even look at some maybe, values around maybe core doctrinal issues. Like I believe I believe in speaking in tongues, and then this is other person who doesn't believe in speaking in tongues, and you feel okay, we can always just do whatever it is, we can always start whatever it is, and then you're starting a home, you're praying, you got married and you're about praying, and for you're out there speaking in other tongues, and this person sees it like noise. That can be a potential time bomb. That can be a potential source of conflict. So one major area where you need to set and clarify your values, if you're not married, is the area of religion and your religious beliefs, your spiritual leanings, right? And those things that you truly believe, where serving God or where your relationship with God is concerned. You get it? Because it is that same alignment that then flows into your home, flows into how you decide to then raise your children, right? Are we going to open them up to spiritual activities? Get them aware, get them conscious of the person of God from a very early age? Or someone is saying, no, don't expose my children to religion. Let them grow and discover the world by themselves. Can you see that? You don't even need a prophet or a soothsayer to tell you. That can be a major source of conflict if not well defined, right? And if you currently have a family, what are your values as regards spirituality? One other area, another example could also be the area of finances. How do you spend your money? What is your relationship with money, right? But I'm going to use my own practical example. For us as a family, for instance, we believe so much in giving. So giving is like a core value. Giving is one of those things that we hold dear as a family. But if I do not share that same opinion or that same belief with my husband, it can be a major source of conflict. My husband can decide to give someone something right now, and then I'm asking why. Maybe I'm very big on save everything, save 100%. Okay, save 99 and give 1. Or maybe save 90, 95 and give 5. It might be a major source of conflict. So beliefs around your finances, believe around how you spend your money, believe around how you save, how you keep. Someone can believe I gotta save everything for the raining season, and another person can say I'm not gonna save so much for the raining season because I know that there is really no raining season because I'm a child of God. Whatever perspective, right? You might be right, you might both be right, you might both be wrong, but there must be some sort of alignment, a shared, a well communicated, a well articulated alignment in that area. Otherwise it's going to be a major source of conflict. Let me also let you know the nature of values, right? Family values or personal values are not universal. They are not. There might be universal beliefs, but your values cannot be Nigeria's values because we are in Nigeria. Values are specific. Yes, values are specific. So what might be my own value as an individual might be different from yours, and that is why communication, articulating the things that are truly important to you is very necessary. And you know why? Because no two individuals are the same, and it's even more sensitive with family relationships or with romantic relationships. We all come from different backgrounds. We all have different worldviews. For some people, it could even be different cultures, right? For some people, it could even be different, religious leanings. It could be anything. So values are not universal, though there can be universal beliefs, right? That we can say, okay, these things make the world go round and round. But when it comes to your own direction as an individual, or when it comes to your own family, creating a moral compass, creating the direction that you want your family to go, it has to be specific. And that is why a discussion is always very, very important. Values must be well articulated. And how do you do this? It's very simple. As an individual, you should have what you truly believe in well articulated. So peradventure, you joined this session, you're watching this session without even knowing the things that are truly important to you. I want you to pause, get a pen, and have some sort of deep reflection, right? Like, what are those things that are even truly, truly important to me? What are those things that are truly, truly important to me? That if you take away all these other things from me, these ones, they are like my set of core beliefs that I believe in so much, right? And they can even be like a compass or a kind of guide and direction for how I live my life, or how I want my life, to look like. So values must be communicated. Values are not universal. Values are specific, and they are specific first to you as an individual. Now, this is where we make the error sometimes when we meet people, or when we want to start a relationship, or when two people have already come together and they've started a family. Sometimes you always try to assume that your values must also align with the values of your partner. It doesn't always happen that way, right? Remember, we have two different individuals coming together to begin a home, to start a family. And these two different individuals have different backgrounds, have different worldviews, have different religious leanings, right? No two individuals can be the same. So the first thing is you have your own set of values well articulated to you. It is very clear to you. And then you create discussion points to even know the things that are truly important to this other person. So you can't assume that the things that are truly important to you are the things that are truly important to this other person. And you can't compel. You can't also compel or force this other person to believe or to buy into the things that are truly important to you. Right? You can only influence, but you can't compel. Right? The point of compelling is where conflicts then begin to happen. When you are seeing this direction, like, this is my own worldview, this is how I think the world should be, and then you're trying to compel or trying to impose that worldview on another person, it won't work. Right? So values are first self-specific, and then they are shared with your partner. If you're parents, shared with your children, right? So like I said, values are first specific, and then they must be well articulated. They must be shared. And you have yours clearly stated. This other person, you're trying to understand the things that are truly important to them. So an individual, the partner. So we have two different individuals. This is what I believe in. These are my sets of beliefs. These are the things truly important to me. Another individual saying, this is what I believe in. These are the things that are truly important to me. And somehow we find a sort of alignment. We kind of find a meeting point. But right, even in the relationship, it's obvious to you that there is actually no meeting point. I believe in going to church 5 days in a week. This one does not even believe in going to church on a Sunday at all. And you're trying to say that there is an alignment. Oh God, there is no alignment. You are only setting yourself up for conflict, right? And if you have a family already, you might want to sit down and just even talk about the things that are truly important to you, because your children are looking at you. And remember, children do what they see, not what we say. So we owe our children, that responsibility of modeling the things that we think are truly important to them. After communicating it to them, we then model these things even in our everyday life. So some families can say honesty. Maybe two individuals have agreed that honesty is their own value, and then you want to go out and somehow this one even happen, but don't we do it sometimes? You then want to go out and they're saying, okay, this is the age restriction, but because you want to enjoy this thing as a family, right, you just say, okay, they said it is age 7, and then you tell your child, say it is age 5. I'm even cringing as I'm saying it because I was saying it. Just say age 5. Right, but come to think of it, we then come back home and we look at the wall and see honesty as a value. So we only have honesty on paper. You only have honesty framed on your wall, but honesty has not been modeled. Right. So to end this episode, let's just quickly do this exercise. Do you want to just pause and think about, okay, what are my top 5 value propositions? Like, what are my top 5 things on my table that I can't do without? Let me think about it myself, and so let me even look at it like in my relationship with my husband and my children. For me, number 1 thing, I would say God, spirituality, right? Because I don't know if God as a person is a value, but I think you can say spirituality, right? Spirituality, what I believe to be true according to the scriptures, it's very big on my table. So I wouldn't just open my space up to someone. If I was single, for instance, I wouldn't just open my space to someone who then comes and says he does not even believe in the existence of God. Good job. This one, you're not even sitting to have a discussion. You're packing your shoe. Come on, run, country, run. So that is it. So for me, number 1, I'm gonna say, right, my top 5, just like I'm asking you to do. Number 1 would be spirituality. It's gonna be God. Then number 2 for me would be integrity. Integrity. I don't like it when you lie. Like, you can do anything, but do not lie to me. And do you know how this also affects, maybe for me, our relationships? I want to be able to trust you. I want to be able to know that if you say it's 10 naira, I should get to the market and find it at 10 naira, right? If there's no inflation. So integrity is very, very big on my table. That is the number 2 thing for me. Number 3 thing for me is hard work. I'm an hard worker, right? So it will be very wrong for me to then marry someone who finds pleasure in waking up, sitting and watching the TV all day, like all day. I'm not talking about days that you then go on leave to say, oh, I'm going to just watch myself away. I'm talking about that is your way of life, right? You're not productive. You are not proactive. There is nothing you're bringing to the table. You just want to take and take and take. You're not contributing. You're not putting in some energy, not putting in some effort into keeping life running. So hard work right before self-gratification is a very, very big thing on my own table, right? And that also then informs the kind of husband I choose, right? If I was single, and it also informs the way I relate with my children as it concerns maybe the things that they need to get done before they start watching cartoon or before they jump out to play. So hard work is one major thing. Are you writing yours? I said write down 5 things that are truly important to you, and I sincerely wish you were even doing this with your partner, right? So if you're not doing it with your partner, you might want to get your partner to do this too, or watch this episode as well. Write down those things that are truly important to you, 5 of them as an individual. Let your partner also write down those things, and luckily for you, you might even discover that your top 5 is the same top 5 for your husband, or you might realize that the things that you actually think are truly important have been mere assumptions of you thinking they are also truly important to the other person. So what would be my number 4? I've said spirituality, I've said integrity, I've said hard work. I think my number 4 would also be service, and for that I'm going to link that with empathy. Oh my, I'm very big on empathy. I think the word empathy can also, care can also come under that. Service, showing up for people, letting them know that you care for them, right? Having that tender conscience towards humanity, and just always, you're always willing to be of help, to be of assistance to someone. You're not living life for yourself alone. So empathy is very, very, very key on my table. And I think number 5 for me, though I've not really done so well in this area, because somehow I think I also didn't clearly articulate it with my husband, is making memories. In fact, as I'm talking, I think I have to go back to the drawing board with that. Making memories, having fun, and just creating special moments with the people that I truly, truly, truly love. You know how life can get busy, and how we all can get busy. But for a family that has making memories as a core value, for instance, you would always create time, even when it looks like it's quite expensive. I particularly have families who save. They save, like as you're getting your monthly income, you're saving, because you know that in a particular time of the month, every other thing must stop for every member of the family to come together and make special memories. I know you might want to say we make memories every day, but there's some things that you also have to be intentional and deliberate about, right? So you can imagine someone saying memories, having fun, and I'm going to be saving. I have someone who literally saves to travel. She saves every dime to travel, and then that kind of person then marries someone who does not even believe in having fun, who does not even believe in smiling. Like, life is even so serious, can we focus on more important things? She's going to be frustrated, my darling, right? So that is why articulating, sharing, and communicating the things that are truly important to you, to your partner, right? They are specific to you, they are not universal. They are specific to this person, and then through communication, through collaboration, you are then able to find a meeting point. And as parents, you can imagine if these things are well and clearly defined, you can imagine the kind of children we will then raise. At first, when children come into the world, they buy into our values shape them, and as they grow, remember the scripture that says train up a child in the way he should go. Training in that sense is not about punishments or reward and consequences. Sometimes it is even the set of clear values, right, both spoken and unspoken, that the children naturally grow into. They have seen you model it over and over and over, and it has become their own true north, even as they also then, come up with some things that are specific to them, right? So thank you guys for joining. I hope it's been an amazing one for you, and I hope you've learned a thing or two. Remember to follow the Family Dynamics page on Instagram, because beyond the YouTube videos, I get to drop some things on that page to just keep our families running and to keep you well informed. You can't say you don't know. At least with me in your life now, you can't say that, right? You don't know or you didn't get this information. So follow Family Dynamics _ on Instagram, and on YouTube it is Family Dynamics with Abimbola. Subscribe if you have not, and you can even just go a step further by turning on your notification, so that when an episode drops, you are the first to watch. My episodes will be dropping bi-weekly, every Friday bi-weekly. So you can always expect this every 2 weeks. And please, if you've not spoken to a family about this, please do so, and invite a family to be a part of this community.